Hello guys, hope you're doing great. Today we are going to talk about the best infantry division template. And why do I know that is close to the best? Because I played with Poland thousands of times and I lost many times. Actually, all the first times that I played, I lost because my infantry template was not good enough. You cannot survive as Poland fighting Germany and the Soviet Union with a good armor template. You're going just to advance, but you also need to hold the line. And for holding line, you need something super special, and we are going to talk about that today. Also, I created this new channel for you, TinoDubois English. I will leave the channel in the description and hope to see you there too. So let's start part by part. For a perfect infantry template, you need several aspects to take into consideration, and we are going to go one by one. The first one of them is hit points. Hit points are the health of the unit, and is given by your infantry. The infantry is the only one that can give you hit points. So if you add infantry, doesn't matter if it's leg infantry, motorized, or cavalry, or mechanized, all of those are the only one that gives you hit points. Of course, all kind of the other type of battalions like artillery and armor give you very little hit points, so it's almost close to zero, and therefore you should always have hit points that is infantry in every division. Even the armor one or the artillery one, all the divisions should have infantry. If you do not add infantry, it will be like a glass cannon. They hit you once and you are destroyed. So you will notice that HP will go up a lot when you add infantry. That's the main point. But with infantry alone, you are not going to make damage to the enemy. So you need something that gives punch, and the punch is given by the soft attack, that is the artillery. So we are going to add now an artillery battalion, and here it is. We have three types of artillery: anti-tank, anti-air, and soft attack. The most important attack for defending is the soft attack, because not hard attack, because all divisions have at least 50% soft. Even the strongest armor division, they have a lot of soft. They are very rare, so 99% of the cases you will be much better with soft attack. We are going to have also piercing to destroy the tanks, but you should put soft attack, that is the one that is going to give the punch. So now we are combining the two aspects. We are going to add more aspects, but now we have two aspects. One aspect, hit points, give health to the division, and now we are adding punch. As you can see, when we added the battalion, the increase of hit points was very little, but we added a lot of soft attack. So if we mouse over here, we can see that the soft attack increases by 36 just by adding one artillery. So it was below 100 and now is 126. It increases a lot if we add another artillery. Now the soft attack is much higher, almost double soft attack. So as you notice, by just adding two artillery, the power, the damage that the division is going to make the enemy is almost double. And now an aspect that is not so simple, maybe it's confusing. As you can see, by adding two artillery, the soft attack went up 72, and as you can see, it's not the double, but the actual damage that you are going to be making the enemy is far more than double. If you do not understand why, I recommend you check the previous two videos where I talk about how the battle mechanic works. But basically, when you surpass, you overcome the enemy breakthrough, you deal 4 times more damage. And since with this number is quite high, probably if the enemy has a defense, a breakthrough of 100, this 62 extra points will be dealing 4 times more damage, so we are going to be doing far more damage. Okay, this template is starting to be decent, but we should add companies that give benefits to the whole division, and one is the, of course, the engineer. It helps us entrench far more, and the entrenchment is a bonus that multiplies our defense and soft attack when we are defending. It multiplies it a lot, so this will give us a very big benefit, and you should add this company when the company is expensive. This company is already expensive, so it justifies to add this company. Now we are going to add a third element. We have the hit points, that is infantry, the punch, that is the artillery, and we need the armor. The armor bonus is critical, and we are adding a medium tank. If you do not have the DLC no step pack, you should add a heavy tank, but if you have that DLC, you should add a medium tank. Not any medium tank, is a design that I call Wally, so I forbid all tanks to join except Wally. That is a cheap tank designed for this purpose, with a lot of armor, but super cheap. We are going to see the template in a moment. This will give the unit armor. This is a 36 model, and the armor that is given to the whole division is 31.3 by just adding one tank. You only need one, because the system, how the system works, is an average of all the divisions and the unit with the higher armor. So if you add just one tank but with a lot of armor, you are going to have a pretty high armor bonus like here. And armor makes the defensive division to take half damage. That's why it's so important, and also makes the division make almost double damage and organization to the enemy. So this glass cannon transformed into a real cannon is going to be dealing a lot of damage to the enemy, and will break the enemy assault faster and give the unit time to recover. Okay, here we have the Wally tank. The Wally tank has the cheapest turret, the cheapest machine gun, the cheapest engine, the cheapest everything, and only the slope armor that improve armor, and the improved wielding, this one, and some points of armor. So the idea is to reduce the speed, since it's going to be matching the infantry, and increase the armor that way. So the armor is very high, 70 points, but the cost is super cheap, and the speed is 4, so this tank is going to be used for infantry only. So now we have the hit points, we have the punch, and we have the armor. What else can we add? For sure, you should add at least one anti-air, a company or a battalion. I usually prefer a battalion, since they are 3 times stronger than the company, and it uses only one combat width that deals more damage. It's necessary to have at least one, because if you have 0, you suffer a penalty on if the enemy is doing air attacks. So at least one anti-air. Okay, this template is getting strong. What else? You should add a flamer tank. This is your best investment. The flamer tank gives you a lot of bonus on terrain. It will give you a lot of bonus here in the soft attack. You will not see them reflected here. You only will see a very small amount because of the flamer, but on the combat itself you will see a bonus. Here down, if you mouse over on the sections of attack, you will see some bonus, but the flamer will apply bonus on the combat itself. So it doesn't matter if you're attacking or defending, you're going to be dealing far more damage on certain terrains if you add the flamer. And the flamer is super cheap to build. They cost less than an artillery. We're going to show it right now. Okay, this is the flamer. As you can see, it's far cheaper than an artillery, and since it's a company, you only need about 15 of these, so it's extremely cheap. You can add this company to every unit in your in your army, and they provide awesome bonuses. I use a fixed turret that will increase the reliability a lot. So we have 96, that is more than 95, so the reliability is perfect, and the speed is higher than 4. And the secret here is that I use an pre-war template. It's a 18 model, very old chassis that is far cheaper than the 36 model. And well, I add speed, no speed, just the default, the very old tank with a flamer, and super cheap. Here you have the flamer tank. So the unit is almost very good right now. We have the hit points, we have the punch, we have the armor that give bonus in combat, we have the flamer that give bonus in combat, we have the engineers that give bonus in combat. What else? Well, the piercing. In case the enemy is going to attack with tanks, if you have the resources, you can equip a few units with anti-tanks. I strongly recommend you use a battalion instead of a company, because the company costs 24 artillery and give you one third of the power, and the battalion uses 36 artillery and have 3 times more power than the company. So I don't know if it's a bug or what, but it's better to put the anti-tank here, and this works as the armor. You just need to have one, because the piercing is calculated among the average of the whole division, and the one with high anti-tank. So with adding just one anti-tank, you are good, and now you have protection anti-air, anti-tank, you have armor, you have the bonus, you have punch, and you have infantry. Well, this unit is already super powerful. What else you can do? You have invested so much that you should check your depot here and see if you have spare equipment of any kind, and you could add, for example, infantry. One battalion of infantry applied here that you have several bonus will benefit from far more than giving one battalion, for example, to a militia that has no bonus. So it's like that this unit is having several benefits and multiplies the effectivity of everything you add here. So adding just 3 battalions here, that is the size of a brigade, that is kind of useless in a brigade alone, but here these 3 battalions will make this unit even far more stronger. So if you put just one unit of this in the critical places that you want to protect, there is no way that the enemy can move you. Also, if you have spare resources, you can add another soft artillery, just one anti-air, one anti-tank, and the rest soft artillery. You can add here more soft artillery if you are rich, and if you are poor, you can add more infantry. And also you can add companies, but try to add companies that give you wide benefits. For example, this is add only a raw amount of power, this one too, but this one give you a benefit to the whole division. And since this division is going to be dealing a lot of damage, this unit, the maintenance, not only improve the reliability of all this equipment, but also captures enemy equipment. So as Poland, I use this division since I have few factories. I need to grab the weapons from the enemy, but this is not necessary. This is just an extra for countries like Poland. So maybe you can put a hospital company or some other expensive company. Okay, if you make this unit big, you will notice that it's about 8 times, 10 times better than a standard infantry, but it also has some breakthrough. So if you use planning bonus, you can use this unit for attack too, and they have also a nice performance. And that's all. If you find this information useful, please give a like, a comment. I love to be loved, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.